Someone sent a message. Hello, sir. I need your advice. I'm kind of confused about my life now. I always wanted to become a seaman, but currently I'm an Uber driver with one child. I feel like I'm old enough to become a seaman due to expensive tuition fee at RMU. What should I do now? I want to start my dream career.
RMU, Regional Maritime.
Yes. I want to start my career. I don't want to be in this Uber work since it's not my passion. I will be 30 this year. The passion is catchy.
Yeah.
When you're 30.
Yeah.
What's your thought? What do you think?
Brilliant question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, speaking of passion, there, it means that he has already assessed himself.
Yeah.
He knows what he wants. But he also, I'm sure the way he's speaking, he's aware there is a price to pay. Everything that is worth having has a cost, a cost component. You can't just jump and become what you want unless you pay a price. There's a genuine reason why there is a career change anxiety. Because currently, whatever is it that you are doing, whether you are selling foodstuffs, you are doing Indomie, you are doing Momo merchant, or even the Uber he's talking about, you have lived with it and you have a certain lifestyle. Whatever changes you want to make, you are afraid. There's a component of fear, despite the promise. Before you get to the promise, and even when you get to the promise, what are the chances that you succeed? Because right now, you are succeeding, even in a little way. You are succeeding in what you are doing. You are doing well because you've been able to take care of yourself, your family, you know the environment, you know the ecosystem, you know how to go and come, navigate yourself, right? But now you want to take a leap of faith, a leap of skill. You want to change the environment. Every time you want to go into an uncertain area, place you are not familiar with, there's going to be a component of fear.
Yes. I was saying
especially when you think that, what if it doesn't work out? That thought alone can paralyze you. It's paralyzing. So there are a lot of good ideas that come to people. But what if it doesn't work alone? Has shut people completely off and they maintain or they live in the comfort zones, right? You want to get better, follow your passion, follow your dream. It's going to cost you some, but these are the benefits why somebody who has this inkling or intuition should push ahead anyway, regardless of what fear there is, right? You are going to get better, personal growth. You are going to acquire skills. It means that you are going to be a different person.
Yeah.
You are going to, even if you are going to be in a blue collar job, you are going to get better, be something else.
Yeah.
If you were a floor person, you're going to be a manager, level manager or level 2 manager or something better. That requires you to improve. That personal growth is a reward. You become better satisfied. Now that you say you don't like what you are doing, you want to do something that is passionate for you.
Yeah.
It means you are going to be more satisfied. It will align with your plans, with your personality, and everything that you think about. And then there's also the financial opportunity. The more you rise, the higher you rise in pay for most of the institution. Nobody goes to improve himself so that he will earn less. So there's a financial opportunity. But the takeaway from wanting to change your job, which I don't want to scare anybody, is the financial risks. The financial risk. You see, the time you are changing and trying to improve, even if you keep the Uber job, it's going to squeeze you because now you're going to have an additional component of expenditure, which will mean that the things that you used to do, you have to cut back. It's very important. If you are not able to do that, then maybe you get to the middle of the road and then you have to stop. So
Very true.
I have only 2 important ideas I will share with the gentleman.
Okay.
The first is to visualize the success. The thing that you have seen that you want to go after, you deserve it. It's your right. If you are willing to pay the necessary price, then you must go for it. Meditate on it and know that if it is worth your while, then you have to surmount everything that is in your way to get to it. And once you have that pull power alone towards doing it, nothing can stop you. That is very, very important. Visualizing the success that you want. If you want to be a seaman, can you visualize how you are in your uniform in, say, 4 or 5 years down the road? That sort of satisfaction, that kind of imagery that you're able to every day remind yourself. That's why people put successful people's picture. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, in their offices. That is like auto-suggestion. Every time you keep reminding yourself, this is the goal. And for whatever it takes to get there, you would be able to get there. Yeah. That visualization is very, very important. Auto-suggestion. It's like brainwashing yourself to success. Making sure that nothing takes you away from the focal point. That imagination, you have to keep it at the frontal cortex, like a peer view towards what is it that you want to achieve. The second most important thing is incremental planning. You see, you are going to acquire new skills, maybe in a new institution. You need to be able to navigate, find out. Now you're talking about the fees. How are you going to sponsor yourself? You can't just jump because you have a dream. If an idea pops into your head and you don't plan and you jump, I mean, at best we say you are naive because he didn't plan. The Bible says that who want to build a house that wouldn't sit down to count the cost first. Yeah. That if he's not able to complete it, everybody passing by sees the building uncompleted in a dilapidated state will say that who is this fool who started a building without planning to know the cost, whether he'll be able to finish it. Yeah. So the work you are doing now, have you saved enough that it can take you through, at least pay the initial tuition fee? Are there resources like scholarships? Are there institutions that can help? Are you able to tie your improvement and your leveraging to maybe a community service? For that matter, an NGO can help you sponsor your course. I don't know what career change people want, but there is always going to be a component of financial burden, which you need incremental planning for. The skills you are going to acquire, whether it's RMU, Takwa Mines, whatever, I mean, because the Seaman, he says he's going to RMU. You have to go and find out, is there somebody who can thoroughly orient you in what you are trying to get into? Sometimes you sit in your room and imagine so many things. You go to the field and find it. Yeah. Let somebody who is already a lecturer, who is already a seaman, let him orientate you. Yeah. That this is good, this and this is what you need. It will take you this long. Having done that, you have to also start, because you are now nurturing a new hope and a new idea. There are going to be networks. There are going to be people who are already working. There are going to be students in your proposed class. You have to try seminars, networking, drink ups and meetups and greet ups. You have to be able to connect to these people and find out, is this something that will help you? How are you going to string along? That is part of the incremental planning that you need. Skill-based, networking, mentoring. These are the three key important things. The other thing is about the financial that I earlier mentioned. Are you able to keep the two jobs? Because it's a transitioning job. Are you able to?
You need a time for the school.
Exactly.
You're going to school, yeah.
Whilst you are acquiring the training, maybe you have a family to support.
He has a child self.
Exactly.
You have one son.
You can't just jump, leap and bounce and go. Yeah. It's a hard thing to do. But if you don't push yourself, then you see, if you don't change what you have, then you always have what you have. That is why he wants to go. Yeah. But before you be able to get there, this is what is sustaining you. Yeah. You're saying, right? Yeah. Right? There's a specific, So if you have this job, which you say is not even your passion, that perhaps in quote is your comfort bunny. Yeah. I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say that because everything that's sustaining you, I wouldn't call it that way. But are you able to combine the two? How much time do you have to be able to work to earn something to support your new dream? And how long is it going to be? Yeah. Are you able to now inculcate your health and your everything into that? Don't break down along the line because you want to transition to a new job.
Break down. Okay, I have a friend who went to RMU like that. Yeah. It took him 24 months or 12 months to complete RMU. Yeah. But it took him 1 year to get a job in the harbor.
That's right.
So that all years was vacuum because he stopped his work. He was a welder in a company.
That's right.
And he quit the job automatically.
That's right.
Even before they employed him, his medical report, everything has expired. He has to go and renew it.
Wow.
So for what you are saying, having a child in India, he cannot just wake up and say, this is my passion. I think the last video we said it here that you cannot just wake up and say my passion team already.
It's not good. It's not smart.
You said there's a transition.
That's right.
Transition point.
That's right.
And always anything you transition to, there's a frictions.
There's going to be a friction. It's like a
You have
bridge.
to stretch
You're
yourself.
crossing over.
Being an Uber driver, you have to do overnight work.
Yeah.
You have to early morning,
Yeah.
go to school, you close, you go to.
So because I mentioned that alone, it's important I let him know that this is a commonality of a feeling for a lot of people.
Yes.
It resonates with everybody.
Everybody.
I have mentioned here before that you are going to change about 6 to 12 jobs in your lifetime, even in a single industry.
Yeah.
There was a research by a company called Monster that was researching this fear and anxiety of people trying to change jobs. About 87% of the people said that even when they take a new role in the same company, they have anxiety. Taking up a new role, they're already in the company, they know the culture and everything. But having to take new responsibilities and the fear of failure, the fear of criticism, the fear of acceptability into the new environment. If you move from a middle manager to the senior management, that's a new environment. That anxiety is there, and it is not a joke. It is everywhere. The second phase of the people said about 53% of the people who responded to the research said that they are always terrified to start a completely new job. So the anxiety is very, very normal. But with a meticulous planning and breaking down your ideas and your processes into small achievable goals. So living a minimalist life now and having to do more work to be able to cover for your expenses and looking for fees upon fees year on year and making sure that the term of your training is covered, having the necessary skills, the network, the mentoring, and all the financial planning. These are the things I think that will summarize his smooth transition into his new job. Because through that kind of findings alone, he'll be able to also figure out if there is a job guarantee or available job. You don't want to now train as a seaman and finish and come and continue driving the Uber.
Yes.
Because now it means you have kind of wasted the resources.
Yeah.
And that alone can frustrate you.
Yeah.
So that is some of the things. So asking is a guarantee that somebody is there to answer you.
Even
and once you have a clarity,
the asking will help you to get a job, because already the person is in. They will give you where there's a vacancy, you can get a job.
Yeah.
And where it is choke, people will not. This guy, he's a welder and a painter.
Yeah.
So when they employed him, that's what it took him, and he's doing well. $500 in Ghana. I mean,
that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
So see, as for cement, they cash in, but the risk and then the job, we shouldn't think of the tuition. You should just work hard and make money, because every greater thing comes with greater risk.
Yes.
And then financially to S1. Because you're a pilot, you have to actually go to. What's I could hear in dollars?
It's true.
It is how they handle.
It's true. Be enough for. So, but it is always a good thing not to get too comforted in any space.
Yeah.
Out of comfort zones, nothing much comes from there. Dreams go to die in planning. I was telling one gentleman that where do big dreams go to die? At the planning stage, elaborate planning. If you want to get ready, there will never be a perfect time. So now that you've thought about it and you want to leapfrog, this is the time to jump. Once you have thought about it and you are scared and you're terrified, that's the time to jump. With the right plans, your transition to a new career is a guaranteed and it's assured.